Testing, testing. Hi, I'm Olgi, and this is going to be my basically weekly journal vlog entry of my own self-help therapy, of things that I'm just learning in my journey through life. And one of them has really been trying to get healthier. We hear that all the time, and we don't know like what healthy means, and we think that eating like this type of chip because it's got less fat is healthier, when in general the chip itself is not healthy at all, and you shouldn't be eating a healthier version of a chip. Just don't eat the chip. So it's kind of been my own journey of learning health and fitness and food and nutrition and what we're taught in school and how fucking wrong it is, or minuscule of information that you actually learn. And unless you go off into yourself and you want to be a nutritionist or a dietitian, you're really not going to ever learn the nutrition aspect of things unless you really research it, and we just don't have the time. Nobody has the time to be doing that. So yeah, I kind of started trying to find the time to look at things, and I was gaining weight and I didn't understand why. And in my early 20s I was diagnosed with high cholesterol. Not diagnosed, that sounds so bad. The doctor told me I had cholesterol, and I was like, what? I was 21. There's no way I can have high cholesterol. I'm young. And I just didn't realize what was going on in my diet, and I didn't realize all the things that I was eating and what were in the things I was eating ultimately, because we believe that there's not a lot of things or additives in the food we eat, because why would you put an additive in something? It makes no sense. So until I started reading food labels and really realizing, oh shit, there's a lot of fucking additives, and I don't understand why that they're even in this. Like, so I mean, it's as simple as like looking at like crackers, like cheese crackers. It's like a 15 list ingredient entry when you're like, it's a cheese cracker. It should be like wheat flour, salt, cheese powder. I don't know where you got chemical equations, science in there. Anyways, this is going to be kind of my own weekly entry of the personal habits that I'm doing, or things that I'm changing about my life, as well as my own self-help of my therapy and learning myself over the years, and kind of putting together what I feel like I'm becoming as a person. There's a lot of filters that society puts on you, your parents put on you, and even our friends put on us without knowing, on purpose. And unless you really delve within yourself and take the time to learn who you are, what you really like, without everybody else, it's kind of impossible to be your own person and to have your own identity. And that's what I've kind of been doing, is ripping the layers of the onion to see, do I really like that? Is that something that I made a conscious decision? I like this, I don't like that. And I'm kind of finding out that a lot of the decisions I've made in my life are unconsciously geared from other people and not even my own. It's just kind of like I've been on the path and I'm just kind of going at it. And up until a few years ago, I've been really breaking the mold away from things, and I've started to notice how quickly I'm finding myself, and how freeing that actually is, and how all these things and like these boxes and parameters that we put around ourselves are really holding ourselves back from just being a happy individual. And I don't mean happy as in you're 100% happy all the time. I'm just meaning that your normal like balance is you're a happy person. You're not normally in a bad mood. You're not normally, angry. You're just happy. You like smiling. You like being in a good mood. It's simple. It's easy. It's waking up. And when you're depressed, you do not feel that way. Like, you don't understand that at all. And I was there for a really long time. I'd hate to actually admit, probably in my 12-year-old, 11-year-old age, I realized I had depression, if something was wrong with me. And nothing's wrong with you. It's just kind of how your brain works, and that you feel weird sometimes. And it's not even necessarily sad. You're not like sad mopey person. If anything, sometimes the most depressed people are the ones that put on a fake show and a facade that seem like they're happy and great and everything's fantastic, because they don't want to talk about it, because they don't really even know what's going on with them themselves. I don't know, I guess maybe that's just how I feel. So when I was growing up, I knew something was wrong because I would just start to get silent, and it was really strange. It wasn't even necessarily like I wanted to talk or speak, and I just like couldn't. It was like I physically was holding back words, and it was put me in almost like trances where I couldn't talk. And it was really strange, and I don't know why, and I still to this day don't really know why, and I'm just learning. I'm just getting out of the hole. Every day is a journey, and every day is a struggle, and that's the truth. And a lot of people don't realize that that's mental health. It's something that you deal with every day. It's not something that just suddenly goes away. But yeah, when you're depressed, you really can't see the like silver lining. You can't see that there's light outside. It's just dark, and you feel very alone, and you feel so alone that you can't talk to your friends or your family sometimes. And even if you could, you don't know what you would tell them, that you feel bad, that you don't know what's wrong. So yeah, this is just a little ramble. Hopefully this finds some people well in their understanding of depression, or if you have it and you're like, oh, I totally know exactly how you feel. I feel that way every fucking morning. But if you got out of bed today, like, fucking good for you. It's a journey that we're all on, and it is not easy, and people do not understand how hard just like getting out of bed and going out into town can be on somebody that has depression, or even anxiety for that matter. I'm sure a lot of other mental health disorders, OCD, it becomes just a burden, you know. You become a hermit. You don't want to see people or anything. But yeah, hopefully I can help some people in some stuff. Cool.